Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
And this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on with you, brother?
Man, I can't call it, man. It's been an interesting couple of days, man. I've been, getting everything together with the boys, getting back into school. Man, a lot of stuff was late notice, man. I was getting stuff together last night. Had to pay some fine. Dude, I'm telling you, man, these damn fees for these schools, man. I'm telling you, shit is crazy. So, like, I had just last night, man, paid these 2 fees that need to be paid. Man, had to get their school supplies, school clothes all together. So it's been, and today was their first day of school. So it was one of them days, man. I got off work early and everything. So, I'm just glad that first day is in the books, man. So how about yourself, though, man?
Man, same here, man. I went and bought my oldest son. He the only one that got uniforms. So I went and got his uniforms, and then I got them some school supplies that they can keep, and take with them and all that stuff. But outside of that, man, that's pretty much about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had to buy no shoes or nothing because we bought them a whole bunch of shoes, but I'm gonna get them some anyway. But we bought them a whole bunch of shoes, so they got a whole bunch of they basically got like 2 pair of new shoes apiece. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see.
Same here, man.
They ain't touched the ones that they got when we went and initially bought them. So yeah, my son put out a fresh pair of Hirachis.
Man, like I said, man, my son my youngest wore his 17 different color Giannis shoes. You know what I'm saying? For the first day. I was like, but those shoes got so many colors, but I was like, but that fits him though, man. He I could tell like he's in that generation, man. Like I told you, man, he loved like XX and XXX, fucking Juice WRLD, and he like all them motherfuckers, man. And they be, so it's just like, yeah, it don't surprise me that be some shit that you like. So but yeah, man, but they both in new schools this year, so. Right. So I talked to them about that. And then see my oldest, he used to be in the school with uniform. So he's been in uniform the last 2 years, and now he can wear what he wants. So so he was happy about that. So yeah, man, back to school, man. Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So and then I let them pick their clothes. We had went and got everything they got. You know what I'm saying? Spent over like $200 and something, but it's just like, bye. Man, I'm telling you, but that ain't even the shoes. That's the clothes.
Man. I know it. That hurt my heart.
Hey, but it hurt heart, pockets, everything. Like hurt everything. But you know what I'm saying? I know what it meant for me when I was in school. So I don't think that they hit that age yet, because it's like once you hit that age where the girls creep in, it's different. It's different like that. Hey, I gotta be fresh.
My oldest son, he already got the little girl on him, man. He told me today. He said that the teacher made them split up. You know what I'm saying? And they one side of the class had to pick a buddy. And he said it got to her, and she walked up on him like, "Do you want to be my buddy?" He was like, "Yes." So I was like, "Yes, sir." I was like, "My boy got it."
Let's go. Hey, I literally just talked to my cousin Brandon. You remember Brandon?
Yeah.
Hey, this man told me his oldest son. He said, man, he asked if you want him to walk him into school. He like, nah. He said he already hollered at girl. He said they went to Gatlinburg like last month or something. He said he was hollering at a girl up there and gave the girl his necklace.
Yeah. Oh.
I was like, whoa.
Hey, that's a big move. How old is he?
He just started 6th grade.
Oh yeah, that's a big move in 6th grade. You gave her the necklace?
Gave her the necklace, man. Ooh, I was like, Yeah, man. I said, boy. So then we got to reminiscing on them days, but I was like,
Yeah,
hey, boy, we don't need to do this. Hey, but
yeah.
that was hey. So that, and I told him, I said, yo, middle school different. I said, but
Mhm.
this ain't elementary school no more.
Big
You know what I'm
time.
saying? Yeah, man. So both my boys in middle school now, man. So it's wild, man. It's wild. So
That's
I'm
for
just
sure.
glad I got everything worked out. Everything's good. Boys good. Transportation good. So
Hmm.
can't complain, man.
I feel you, bro. So today, man, we talking about giving people some flowers today, man. This is another appreciation episode. So for the people who don't know, if you actually new to this, what we do in appreciation episodes is we pick somebody, whether they be a producer, actor, director, or anything of that nature, writer. We find a way to get give them their flowers by you know what I'm saying, basically just talking about their accomplishments, all the works that they've done, awards and everything else. So this month we have one of the I mean, I call him a legend. I'm not gonna lie to you. To me he's
Oh yeah.
already a legend. This dude is probably, to me, the most normal looking white dude, but somehow he seems to have every woman in awe. We're talking about Leonardo DiCaprio, man.
This is true. Uh, the women love him.
Yeah,
They do.
ladies love Leo.
They do. But I mean, come on, man. Like he didn't really become like a sex symbol till Titanic came out, man. Like that's when this shit
Really?
changed.
He was a
Yes,
sex
man.
symbol during Titanic, though.
No, I didn't say he was. I just said that he became. You know what it is?
Hmm.
Now, at the time, I don't think he was a sex symbol, but I think what it did was it gave women this different reality of what life is really like. And what I'm
Yeah,
saying is what Ryan Gosling did to the Notebook.
right.
That's what Leonardo did with Titanic. So it's like this whole different. It's not necessarily like in the physical sexy is what I mean. It's more of the mental of like they him and Rose fell in love within what a week on the Titanic. And then when you think about the notebook was basically a dude who was reading the old journals of like their life or whatever. And
Right.
like all these girls are like, oh my God, would you do that for me if I lost my memory and all this little bullshit? So like it's not bullshit,
Yes, it
but
is, bro.
but it's just the fact that I think that now I don't think it's a physical thing. I just think it's more of with him and Rose falling in love within like a week, and then I think that is the part that got the women just like they think he's Jack, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
that's the greatest. That's the greatest like one night stand in history.
yeah for you to bang
It gotta be,
somebody
bro.
if for you to bang somebody in the 30s, my guy, and they still remember you in the early 2000s or
Yeah.
late no I think it was more late 90s. It's like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, you still thinking about me and I banged you one time in a car in the 30s? Like,
They
I'm just saying.
they
But
banged in a car.
yeah, you don't remember that?
Oh yeah, it was one of them old timey cars too. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the windows
yeah,
was all foggy and shit. And
exactly.
she rubbed her hand down on the thing while the scene was fading out. I know what you're talking about. Because
Yes.
remember I think that was right when he was painting her naked.
Well, he painted her naked before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I
You
think
know
it's
how
more.
player that move is though, to paint her naked though? That's crazy.
That's what she asked for.
That's what I'm saying. That's player though. The fact that my nigga could
Yeah.
do that and just, you know what I'm saying? That's in the 30s that got the panties off, obviously.
Uh, uh, apparently, goddamn.
That's
Something
crazy.
I never fucking researched of like. So My thing is, what was, and maybe I should have looked at it before we started talking. Was
Mm-hmm.
I wonder was the Rose story real? Like I wondered
Nah,
it like Steven was it Steven Spielberg or James Cameron? It was James Cameron, wasn't it?
I think it was Spielberg. I don't know. I want to
Oh,
say it was
okay.
Spielberg.
Well, anyway,
But
one of
no,
them.
that's not real. That's a made up story.
Okay, because I was just gonna say because I mean obviously we all know the Titanic was real, but
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know if there was an old woman who had a damn story of like
Mm-hmm.
yo when I was
I mean,
because
there probably was.
but the thing is there are stories from people who were survivors,
Mm-hmm.
so they could have took some stuff from some people. I just don't know if the Rose quote unquote Rose story is real
I
because
don't think so.
I went when I went to Gatlinburg for my birthday, like they got a Titanic like museum to go
Mm-hmm.
through. And so like they have everybody who's on a boat, everybody who survived. Um it told you everything. It had the names of everybody that fucking entered the damn boat. So
Yeah.
it's like they even had this thing where it's like an exhibit room where it's like they have what do you call those things? Like something that looks like an iceberg, right?
Oh, okay.
And so they got the water right there, and they said the night that they was out there,
Mm-hmm.
this is what the temperature of the water was to tell everybody to put their hands in it. And it
Mm-hmm.
was like, and they stayed in that water, I believe, for 2 hours, I think.
Damn.
And it was crazy. I was so hyped because it's weird. Like I got this weird thing of like I just love history. You know what I'm saying? So like when I found out that that Titanic thing was there, I was like, yo, we got to go in there. Like I have
Yeah.
got to go into this museum. So it was dope to be able to go in there and like they even had like the size of the size of the rooms, my guy, that the people stayed in like third class.
Yeah.
I couldn't even sleep in it. I'm too tall. Like the
Really.
bed, yeah, like the bed, dude, like that bed was built for, you know what I'm saying, a person that's no taller than like 5'6". Like it was short, like real short.
Mm-hmm.
But it was dope walking through that. And I don't went on the whole spill of Titanic. But the whole point of what I was saying was I just think that that's what really kind of gave Leo that sex appeal, not in the physical way, but more in the mental way because of the role of him playing Jack.
Mm-hmm.
It fucked a lot of women up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
And
it's that scene like you said when you know what I'm saying my man was hanging on the top of the headboard in the freezing water while she was just laying out there on top of it surviving. And you know what? I went back and watched Titanic, bro. I went back and watched Titanic multiple times. They both could
okay,
have got on that fucking headboard, bro.
yeah, because he only tried one time.
That's what I'm saying. Her
Like we,
selfish ass, she man, I don't even want to go in on Rose. I don't like her, bro.
but
She
this
was
is
even if my man Jack survived, bro, she was gonna make his life hell.
how you
This
figure.
nigga gotta. She was dating. First off, they in two different they in two different lives, bro.
Yes,
She with that hoity-toity rich life, right? So she was about to meet. I mean, she was about to ride with old boy Billy Zane with the big money. But then here come Jack. You know what I'm saying? He got to be a homosexual and put the D in her life because you know what I'm saying. My man trying to make it come up. You feel me? But I'm telling you, she was gonna be bitching and complaining because he ain't had the money he was supposed to have.
but this the thing though. From my interpretation of watching the movie is the fact that they were her and her mom were poor, but she just happened to get with old
That's
dude
what I'm
and
saying.
he
Yeah.
had money. So she would have just had to dip back down there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, that nigga Jack came through and put that thing down on her. She ain't know what to
But
do.
but you got to remember this though. She she had that heart of the ocean, whatever the fuck that damn big
Yeah.
ass diamond was. They could have goddamn sold that bitch. That would have been good.
Man, what? They'd have been more than good. You see how
Yeah,
big that motherfucker was?
yeah. Cause see, she just kept it because she knew dude was looking for it, and she had like this whole little thing with Jack. But like we said, we don't know if all that stuff is real.
Right.
But I'm just saying that if they would have went together and he wouldn't have died, I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
a good starter right there.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I mean, they could have got 100,000. So what in the
100,000. They
30s?
could have got way more than that.
But this is the thing though, 100,000 in the 30s. What is that?
That's a lot of money, but they still would have got way more than they could have got at least a quarter mil, bro.
Yeah, possibly.
You see that big ass blue diamond?
Yeah.
That motherfucker was huge, bro.
Even the necklace was diamonds.
That's what I'm saying. They could have got 250 out of that easy.
Yeah, they probably could have. I was trying to think more of like, you know what I'm saying, what a necklace like that would cost in the 30s. But we went on a whole little spill. He did more than Titanic, but Titanic was that one for him though.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying. Even our girl, Mayor, what's her fucking name? Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
Even that, like Titanic.
That's why she was Rose.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, that shit right there. You want to talk about a career star, dude? You know, I had.
Tell you something. She was one, and I think I said this before. I think I said this on the episode we did, Mary. She one of the fortunate ones that when she got older, she ended up looking better. Because usually like those white celebrities when they get older, they fall off. They fall pretty hard too.
See, and the thing with her is she don't look fake.
Nah, not at all.
Dude, you want to know who looks bad now? We shouldn't do this.
Yes, we should. Let's get into this. Who looks bad now?
Oh man, Elizabeth Berkley, man.
Oh man,
listen.
Yeah, she looked horrible.
She looks, man. Like her face just like is like oiled up like all the time. Like it looks weird, and it's like, yo, when you was in Any Given Sunday, like you might have been like she was like the prettiest fucking thing in Any Given Sunday, and it's like now you look like, oh my god, like you look terrible. Like you don't even look. She don't look real. She looked like a doll.
Mm-hmm.
like it is insane, dude. It is insane.
It's too much plastic surgery.
Yeah, way too much. And it's like when it comes to her, because even when Kate Winslet was in that what is it, The Mountain Between Us or some shit, that movie she did with Idris Elba when they was in that plane crash. I don't know if you watched it.
I didn't see that. I didn't want to watch that at all.
But
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I didn't want to watch that shit at all. That's just like that Loving movie that came out. Nah, I'm not watching that shit, man.
Oh man, I had to watch that. That's just because it was different for me. Like,
no, you lived the life.
Yeah, I lived the life.
I understand why you watched that. Now the other one when it was in the plane, I definitely don't understand why you wanted to watch that. The trailer looked boring.
Nah, it was actually straight, man.
Really?
Yeah, it was. Of course, the storyline that was put into it, like Idris Elba, like his wife, like had just left him.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Winslet, she was actually on her way to go marry her husband.
That's crazy.
And like basically all it was they was canceling flights because of a storm.
Yeah.
Both of them needed to get to where they needed to go right then and there. They found this pilot dude to fly them there, and they crashed. And then during the crash, like Kate Winslet, she was like she couldn't even move because she fucking broke a leg or some kind of shit or something.
Yeah, he fell in love with her.
Nah, it wasn't even really that. It was more like that. Well, I mean, they argued for like the first couple of days, and then it was like then you have shit like when you did crash in the mountains, fucking not mountain lion, like a wolf came up. But it was crazy as fuck. And then it was so crazy because they got
a survival movie.
Yeah, it turned into a survival movie.
Okay, I thought that they was like
that was stuck in a blizzard.
In love with each other.
I mean, they eventually did.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that shit, man.
Hey, man.
This nigga being a decent human being after getting cussed out and taking care of her now since you will fall in love with the nigga. Nah, man.
Hey, man. Come on. Man,
Fuck
look,
up, man.
You can't escape a movie without a love story. There's a love story in every fucking movie, dude.
The Purge never had a love story.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
The Purge has not one love story in that motherfucker. Man,
listen. Every movie, even the movies that Leo done, man. Just every single one of them. Even Django, my guy. Like, man, fucking
Django was a love story. Even though it was a Western, that was a love story.
Like, his whole objective was to get his wife back.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, it's a love story and everything. It's a love story and everything.
Except The Purge.
But yo, man, this guy right here. Listen, so I just found out something new.
What's up?
About Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's just surprising that he hasn't done. At least I can't think of any offhand. But did you know? So Leonardo DiCaprio he's the only child. But do you know what his dad did?
What?
He was a former comic book artist.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I had no idea.
Did you know Leonardo? Why I say it like that? Did you know that Leonardo DiCaprio can break dance?
Listen, Leonardo can just flat out dance.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
but I didn't know he could break dance though. I knew he could dance. I didn't know he could break dance though.
Dude, he is completely from the culture.
Yeah,
like completely.
This nigga listens to like Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, like
all this shit. Yeah. Like he's
that dude.
Yeah, and it's like no pretending and shit. That's why. That's why the story from Django makes so much sense.
Yeah,
about when he didn't want to take the role because he had to say nigger, and he was like, nah, he's like, I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? And I can't remember. I remember hearing two stories, and I remember one of them was Sam, and Sam was like, yo, did they pick you to do the movie? He was like, yeah. They were like, all right, well, come on then, motherfucker, let's do it.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Just say the shit. Like, we know you don't mean it in that type of way, but like that was, for some odd reason, they picked Django for the movie for people to get on Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
For the word nigga. It was like, have y'all watched Quentin Tarantino movies? Like, it ain't the first time. I mean, now I know Django had a lot of them in it, but like
Pulp Fiction did too.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, why is this all of a sudden like a new thing? Like, I don't understand. Like, but I think that at the time, because Django came out in around like 2015-ish, somewhere around there. So I just think that, I mean, there was so much shit. Well, the cabinet shit didn't start till 2016, but it was just, I think, but that's when cancel culture really started kind of picking up. So I think that's what that kind of was.
I think with Django, it was dope because this was, you know what I'm saying, this one of the first movies to where you don't really see one of the main characters be the victim all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a come up story for Django. So you really see some dude go from slave to fucking superhero.
Yep.
That nigga went from a slave to super nigga. You know what I'm saying? Within the span of however long the movie was, like an hour and some change, probably. I know it wasn't over 2 hours.
I don't know. It might have been because really all of Quentin Tarantino movies are about like 2 hours.
It don't feel like it though. Django don't feel like it.
Django was goddamn 245, my guy.
Really? Bro, it don't feel like it though. Every time I watch that shit, it just breezes by to me. It don't never like seem like I'm sitting there watching a long ass movie.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, because like there was so much going on. It's like you're not really thinking about the time, because you can get captivated in a movie. Like, dude, Titanic is, I mean, I'm not saying that this is one of those movies, but it is for a lot of people. I think Titanic was 312.
Yeah. Nigga, so Titanic came on 2 VHS tapes.
Yeah, Titanic was 314. Well, it came on 2 different VHS tapes too. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, Titanic did come out on 2 tapes because it was so damn long.
Oh, you said it. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Titanic.
It.
You said
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
it did too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. The first It that came out in the 90s, it was on 2 tapes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they did the first story with the kids, and then the second one was with the adults.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that came with two also. But like, now I'm not saying the Titanic is one of those movies. Like Titanic is
Right.
long as fuck. Like, but yeah, I see what you're saying because Django is one of those movies where there's so much to go along with the plot.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really thinking like, damn, 2 hours and 45 minutes went by. Like it don't feel like it. But I
But
thought it was long because most of Quentin Tarantino movies are over 2 hours.
yeah, but not only that, I think it's just the fact that you go through so many different storylines in the movie. Because like this is one of those unique movies where it'll give you a character and then it'll give you something about them and then it'll go back to the main story. So it's like eventually it all branches off into every character's story that they use as, you know what I'm saying, the main characters in the story. So like, you know what I'm saying, you get Candy's story, you get King Schultz's story, you get Django's story, you get what was his wife's name? Hilda or Helga or something like that.
Yeah, they called it Hilda. It's like Boom
Yeah.
Hilda or some shit.
Broomhilda, that's what it was. So like you get her backstory, you know what I'm saying? Like so you really get to see each one, you know what I'm saying? Like even Don damn what's dude's name? Don
I'm trying to think who you talking about.
is it Don Jones? Don Fuck, I know his name is Don Johnson. He's the he was the one slave master. He was the first slave master they went up there and met. But he was the leader of the Klan thing, remember?
Leader of the Klan thing.
When they was all riding on the horses and they had the bags on their heads and then they got mad.
Oh yeah.
They was like, we can't see out these goddamn things. He said, criticize, criticize, criticize. He said, my wife stayed up all night cutting these holes out these bags for you ungrateful sons of bitches.
That shit was funny.
Hey, bro, that's my shit, man.
That shit was funny. That shit, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Bad Boys 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because that I kind of got that vibe from when they was that first bust that they was doing.
Oh yeah, when they was the Klan.
Yeah, yeah. that shit reminded me of that. But every time I see that shit, it reminds me of that.
Yeah.
But
man, Leo did a hell of a job in this movie though. He did a hell of a job in Django, bro. Like the end where he was arguing with them about the bill of sale.
Yeah,
that shit was, you talking about a genius part. That nigga, hey, I borderline almost hated him for a minute.
you almost forgot.
Yeah, I forgot that was Leo for him. I was like, look, listen to this motherfucker.
Man, yeah. And the thing, and I think that when that's what makes Leo Leo. Mm-hmm. Because I think that everything that he plays in, you get that feel for him. Like now, one of my favorite, I know we're probably gonna do like a top 3 or whatever, but one of my favorite dude is The Departed.
Yeah, man. That was that was a good one.
That was an extremely good one, man. That's really, I mean, for me, that's really like the last great Jack Nicholson movie as well.
Mm-hmm. No, it was another one that he did like a comedy or something after that, didn't he?
He probably did some shit because I remember him and Morgan Freeman did some shit.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Some kind of like vacation shit or something.
Yeah, it was the old men traveling and shit.
Yeah, I ain't watched that shit.
Yeah, that shit was funny, man. Jack Nicholson, the older he got, the funnier he got.
Yeah, but then like, dude, the thing with Jack Nicholson is like, I know this ain't about him, but like, yo, I think The Shining is one of the most overrated movies ever, dude. Like, it wasn't, not that it wasn't good. It was good, but like the way that it's regarded, it's like, yo, man, that shit was not that good, man.
I think it's more so.
His performance was though.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's more so the performance. I think it's the way it's shot. I don't necessarily think it's the story, but the performance, the way that it's shot, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. That's what they use to hold that up there. Because the second one with
Dr. Sleep.
yeah, that was kind of too.
Yeah, I didn't really like. I pulled one of your moves. I fell asleep on that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
Dr. Sleep wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
yeah, it put you to sleep.
Yeah, that's I agree. Doctor prescribed. That shit was horrible.
But yeah, like, man, for him to watch Leo play undercover, like, dude, it I think people don't really get and look, we spoke about this with In Too Deep. With you basically, when you playing an undercover character, you're basically playing two different people.
Right.
And so Leo is basically playing two different people. And I think that with that cast that they had in The Departed was, hold on, wait a minute. We did The Departed. So I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but like, I just think that his performance in that type of movie with all of the other people that was in it, like, I mean the cast was stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, now I'm not a huge Matt Damon guy, but Matt Damon gets a lot of praise in this world.
Right.
You know, Jack Nicholson, you got Mark Wahlberg, you got Martin Sheen, you got Vera. Like, it was a lot of motherfuckers in there. And he stole the scene and the girl. So come on, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was great in that, but like he had like dude been in this for a long time.
That
Like
he has.
the first time I seen him in the movie was What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen him in a movie, and he was like a kid during this time. So
Okay.
I don't know if you ever seen it, but excuse me.
I haven't, but let me see. The first time I became aware. Now this is the thing. I don't remember him in it, but as far as the years and stuff, so technically the first thing I've seen him in was Poison Ivy, which came out in '92. Now, with that being said, I don't remember technically him, but you know what I'm saying? But that would have been the first movie that I seen him in. Now, as far as me like watching a movie and like recognizing him, it had to be Titanic in '97.
Okay. Yeah, like my mom used to watch What's Eating Gilbert Grape a lot. So that's really the reason that I know him. But he also played he played a president in one of these movies in one of these like recent movies, didn't he?
Well, he played J. Edgar Hoover, yeah.
Yeah, now that's an interesting role to play.
I think so as well, but I think it was a smart choice by him. As much as I don't like J. Edgar Hoover, I thought that it was interesting to watch it, and I learned some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, as far as the whole thing about, you know, J. Edgar Hoover being gay and shit, with them actually playing on that as much as they did in that movie,
right?
Was wild, and I think Leo, I think for him to go full character like that, because this is the thing, I don't know if he gained weight or if he had like a bodysuit on and
That was
makeup and
definitely a
stuff.
bodysuit and makeup. It gotta be,
It,
bro.
it had to be. Now that I think about Leo, like, I don't think he's doing it because Leo don't really do that shit where he like alters his body for a role.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's always been like really the same. Like he's always been him. But that was like the first movie that I could think of to see him actually alter himself because he don't alter himself for movies.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, I could see how you could say it was an interesting choice because to play somebody like J. Edgar Hoover who is not well in some communities not real well regarded, um, and then like I say, even in the cop world, it's like if I remember correctly, I think they moved. No, I think they might have moved it. I remember that they was talking about moving J. Edgar Hoover's name off of one of the buildings at the
Yeah,
FBI
they're supposed to be
facility.
taking it off the FBI building.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's like when you think about the FBI, it's like he J. Edgar Hoover is a very hard person to talk about
Right.
because when you think about the FBI itself, it's like to think about how powerful the FBI is and all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But he created that shit. But he abused his power. So it's like to man, it's difficult because you don't want to call the FBI great, but it's like, but them motherfuckers can pull some shit off. But like when they want to motherfucking get your ass, them
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers will find a way and they will get your motherfucking ass. Boy, like so it's I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. But I think he did a great job in it. A lot of people haven't seen it though. That's the thing. That's one of those movies that it kind of went under the radar because a lot of people didn't watch it. But I mean, I've watched it and I thought he did. I mean, pretty much everything. I've never seen a movie where Leo himself bombed it. I've seen a bad Leo movie, but I've never seen his performance be bad.
Yeah. Um, for me, man, listen, from 96 to 98, this man had three great movies, right? So starting in 96, he had, and I know Marvin's Room came out the same year, but he had Romeo and Juliet. Now, this was one of those movies where, you know what I'm saying, it had a different flair to it. It had of course, the iconic story of Romeo and Juliet, written by William Shakespeare, but it had a slight spin on it. You know what I'm saying? They added some stuff here and there, which made it, you know what I'm saying, digestible for film. And then 1997, he come back with a blockbuster with Titanic. Then right back out after that in 1998, come back with another blockbuster with Man in the Iron Mask. Man, listen, these 3 years was the shit for him.
Man, I mean, just the fact that now, don't get me wrong, all those movies that you saying, all of them hit. But like, dude, Titanic hit on a totally different. Did up until Endgame? No, it was Avatar first. Avatar held when Avatar came out. It held the box up. It changed because it was Titanic first. It was Titanic for a long time, and when Avatar came out, what 2000?
I don't
It
even
had to come out
remember.
in the 2010s. It had to come
Yeah,
out
it
somewhere
definitely
around that
did.
time.
I don't remember when it came out, but actually I don't know. Hold on.
Cause the whole point of what I'm saying
It came
is,
out in '09.
so 12 years. So
Mm-hmm.
Titanic lived it up for 12 years as the highest, box office ever. So Titanic did what it needed to do, but that movie is just it was just so big. And like my thing, the what I liked about Titanic was just the simple fact of I just like historical shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't the love story that pulled me in. It was more of the visual shit around, like looking at all of the shit. Because on the inside, that's why it was so great for me to go to that Titanic museum, because it was a replica of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just dope to see that. So, but man, shit, man, we got to talk about Gangs of New York, though.
Listen here, bro. This is you talking about some my shit. This is the one. Okay, this is the fucking one. Gangs of New York was a very it was a very unique story on the beginning of the industrial era of America. Like for them to not only talk about how things were changing and showed the way things changed, but also to show the the you know what I'm saying, some truth about how immigration was as well. Because that was a different thing. You know what I'm saying? The way that they would, have the Irish be together, you know what I'm saying, the Scottish be together, you know what I'm saying, the English and the, you know what I'm saying, like they had all of these different groups of people, and they was really showing you just how, you know what I'm saying, like how they brought a lot of this around. And then, you know what I'm saying, they showed the politics of the time and everything else. To me, Gangs of New York is that's really one of those underrated movies that people don't show enough love to.
And I think that the fact when you think about what's my man name? Fuck.
You talking about Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
With the way that he go into roles, how
Mm-hmm.
he basically turns into the character and like don't get out of character.
Hey man, that nigga made Bill the Butcher scary than a motherfucker.
Listen.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. He did a hell of a job playing that role. But Leo did a great job too, because Leo was, you know what I'm saying, he was showing his he was really showing his skills and, you know what I'm saying, getting his own gang together. You know what I'm saying? He was really about to take everything over. And the fact that he had to play the role that he had to play just to get in Bill's good grace so eventually he could kill Bill, no pun intended, that was amazing.
Hey, undercover again, man.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker's always undercover, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the
Blood
Gangs of
Diamond. Don't forget about
Yep.
Blood Diamond. That was the shit too.
Yeah, Blood Diamond was dope. Blood Diamond was, and like some people was mad at his accent.
Mm-hmm.
I never looked into it that way, where it was like, oh man, his South African accent was so bad, like it killed the movie. Like I never thought anything like that. It's tough to do to go into a movie with people, because at this point he's well established, and for
Mm-hmm.
him to go in and to even put that challenge out there to try to have a South African accent, because we was talking about this before, where most, like, we see it all the time when a British actor does an American accent, but you don't see a lot of Americans doing British or South African or Australian accents like through a whole movie. Like we really don't see that.
Right.
So for him to even go into it and doing it,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was dope too. And then the crazy part is that shit came out the same year as The Departed. Both of them came out in 2006.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a fucking 2006, my guy.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see where we're going next. Then we go to Django Unchained. Of course, we already talked about that. But then he hits us with Great Gatsby and The Wolf of Wall Street in the same year.
Well, hold on, whoa, hold on, Scoots. Man, we about to have to end the podcast right now.
What's up?
How you gonna skip
I'm
2010?
not talking about Shutter Island or Inception. We already did those.
Oh well, okay, yeah, true.
I'm already on it. I already know you was about to attack me for it. I knew you was gonna attack me for it. But yeah, I feel like since we already did the pods on those, if y'all want to hear our takes on Inception and Shutter Island, y'all go back and y'all check those out. Yeah, I was really just trying to skip over it because we did that. But
you're right.
But yeah, man, listen, Great Gatsby and Wolf of Wall Street in the same fucking year, bro.
They both of those hit in two different spots. I've seen bits and parts. I never seen The Great Gatsby all the way through.
Oh, it's amazing.
But Wolf of Wall Street though.
Wolf of Wall Street is amazing too.
That shit is amazing.
That shit is really amazing, bro.
He should have won. He should have won an Oscar just simply when he opened up that door from his foot. Like when he crawled down those fucking steps and opened up that door with his foot.
Mm-hmm.
He should have got an Oscar right there. Like they should have stopped the movie and gave him an Oscar right there, man.
Facts.
That one part was so dope when he was talking to old buddy. And he said something about he can make him so much money in this amount of time. He was like, man, if you can make me this, he said, I'll call my boss and say I quit right now. And like he did it, he called his boss and he quit. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers is stupid as hell. Wolf of Wall Street, dude. And then that's when he gave you a little touch of the, you know what I'm saying?
The moves.
The moves, right?
Yeah, that's when he showed everybody the moves, bro.
Yeah, but like he's a fucking clown, man. But you know, Leo seemed like one of those dudes where, like, when you think about somebody that's at the stature where he's at, I think people may think that he might be an asshole. I don't think he would be an asshole. I think he seemed like he would be a cool ass person that'll kick it with you and just like have a couple of cold ones and just really be on some not bullshit, but like kick the bullshit to where it's like he ain't sitting around talking about, oh, I got this, I drive this car. Like he don't seem like that type motherfucker. Like he just seem like he'll be like
he
real
seemed
cool.
like the type of dude that'll break stuff down with you. He be talking about his favorite albums and stuff like that. Man, and then 2015, man, this is when the glory came, you know what I'm saying? This is when everybody knew, you know what I'm saying, he was supposed to get what he was gonna get, and he got it. The Revenant. This is what he won the Oscar for.
You know what this was?
Sound so impressed.
You know what this was? This was the Training Day Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all these motherfucking movies Denzel did, and this is the movie y'all choose to give him an Oscar.
The Revenant was good though.
Man, I couldn't even, dude. Every time I've tried to watch The Revenant, I've never made it to the end.
Wow.
I've never made it to the end.
Wow.
I tried like 4 or 5 times and never got to the end. And it's just like, yo, I can't do it. And it's like, this is the one. And then like I remember people making jokes saying, oh man, the reason he won the Oscar is because he got raped by that bear. It's like, yo.
Yeah, really? Basically. I was one of the ones saying it.
Oh man, I seen that part. That I have seen. So I don't know, man. I'm happy he got it. I just feel that when I think about him, I mean, even in fucking Titanic won. I don't know how many awards, but he didn't get one. Like, the fuck?
I get it.
So
I'm not a big fan of Titanic. I mean, I appreciate it for what it is as you know what I'm saying, a part of movie culture and the historic, you know what I'm saying, the historic numbers and everything that they had. But just being honest with you, I could really care less about Titanic. That shit was cool. I was just waiting for the goddamn ship to get hit.
Oh well, Okay, never mind. I ain't gonna say nothing. But like a lot of people feel that he should have got it for Blood Diamond, even though some people criticize his South African accent. I mean, he could have.
He did a great job in that though.
He did. Like he could have got it. It would have been a supporting role, but he could have got it in Gangs of New York.
Oh man, no,
Um,
Gangs of New York, he definitely could have got that, bro. Because like him, him being in this position that he was, or his character being in the position that he was in. Bill the Butcher kills his dad. Then Bill the Butcher takes him in. Then he grows up and then ends up killing Bill the Butcher and after starting his own gang. Man, that's genius, bro.
Most definitely, man. And then I mean, Inception won for the movie, but Leo
Mhm.
didn't get nothing for that. I mean, even J. Edgar Hoover, even though it don't have like a high rating, like it wasn't something that, like I said, like a lot of people seen, for him to transform himself the way that he did, crazy. Wolf of Wall Street, like I mentioned, I would have taken all of those over the Revenant. I think
Mhm.
that was one of those things where they gave it to him, not saying that he wasn't deserving. I'm just saying that there was other ones that he was well deserving of, and it's just like, well, we're gonna give it to him right here. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But I mean, but then like, man. So let me ask you this, man. Did you ever get a chance to watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I watched it. I think halfway through the last thing I remember in the movie was Brad Pitt's character and the Bruce Lee dude fighting.
Hey, but that right there it's a lot of beef. You heard that Rogan episode, so you know
Yeah.
there's a lot of beef with that part in the movie. Um, I thought the concept of it was dope. Um, when it comes to the whole Manson family or anything that's being tied around that story, um, is that will make anything interesting.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was a TV show I used to watch, um, Aquarius. There's two seasons of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's based on Charles Manson, but it's kind of like it's Charles Manson, also the girls, but it's also on this cop who crossed him a couple of times. They've had conversations and shit like that. So and then the cop is dating one of the girls that left with Manson. He's dating her mom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it makes like this whole circle.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it was a good show, but like just the aura of something with Charles Manson and it always makes something pop. And I thought that this movie, so you didn't even see Leo shoot the flamethrower. So you didn't
I
even
don't
get
think
to
so
that part.
because I know it was another scene I remember is like Brad Pitt rolling up on old girl or something in the car. It was like a girl in the
Yeah.
car or something like that.
And he gave her a ride, and that's where all the
Yeah,
Manson people was hanging out at. They was at an old movie set.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
I gotta go back and watch that.
I would think that out of the 9 films that Quentin Tarantino did, like, it's in the middle for me. It it
Hmm.
it wasn't his best, but it wasn't his worst.
Yeah.
So, but I think Leo and Brad they did a good job. But I think that the visuals of that movie and the concept of Manson kind of took that movie to the next level. But
Hmm.
I mean, I thought it was good, but it wasn't great.
Right.
But Leo still did a really good job at it, though.
Yeah, man. It seems like he tends to pick these roles where they're challenging, but at the same time he can, you know what I'm saying? He has some sort of freedom. He can kind of do whatever the fuck he wants with him at the same time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, sure. And he don't. Leo's not one of those dudes where like he's just in a whole bunch of movies. Like
Right.
now, I think that. it's no criticism. You could do what you want with your career. Because you look at somebody like Sam L, this motherfucker will do like 3-4 movies a year for like
Mm-hmm.
every year. You know what I'm saying? Like he's always working. Leo ain't always working.
Right.
He's just like, I'll do it this year or whatever. Or if it's, I don't know if he's waiting for certain roles, but it's like when he does a movie, it's like, okay, I get it. Like Sam could do, 2 or 3 low budget movies and make an appearance in 5 other ones. Like how many times do you actually see Nick Fury? Like, and then when you do, it's for a hot second.
And then
you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So he could be credited for like 8 movies in a year, but like when it comes to running time, he probably just popped up in that bitch real quick. Other than Captain Marvel, he's not in the movies long.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. I think he's had a smart career, and I think that the mystique that he does, and then you know who he's like? He's like Derek Jeter, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's like before Derek Jeter married old girl, but Leo ain't married. He ain't got no kids.
Yeah.
He's just out here smashing and dashing, my guy, and keeping everything
Leo is
quiet.
definitely smashing, bro.
And ain't nobody saying nothing.
Man, they can't. It's Leo.
Dude,
they all in the trance.
the only time a little bit of shit got out is when him and Rihanna was spotted together a couple of times of a couple years back, like a decade back.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Damn, he had Rihanna.
Dude. That's what I'm saying. Like Leo, like you don't hear nothing about this guy.
But I know his kill list is crazy, bro. I know his kill list is crazy, bro.
Hey, everybody be talking.
I know, like Nick Cannon, Bow Wow,
Drake.
Yeah, Drake. Drake he got one, but like he ain't got one like Nick Cannon and Bow Wow. Them 2 niggas right there, they got one of the most premier kill lists in the world.
Man,
and Leo is also up there. Ray J is up there.
This is a fact.
Yeah, Ray J got some vibe. My nigga had Whitney Houston. That nigga got bodies, boy. You hear me?
Bodies, boy. Hey, Leo got some bodies out here, and don't nobody say nothing. Ain't nobody hit him with a paternity test or nothing.
He might can move up to 3 because of the Rihanna move.
Man, listen. This is total speculation. Leo man got snipped out here in these streets, man. He ain't
he ain't shooting.
I don't think he's shooting, boy. Because
that's a smart boy. That's a smart boy. You hear me?
I'm telling you, man. How can this mug be smashing like he's smashing, and it ain't not one
pregnant.
kid out here.
Nobody pregnant.
Nobody pregnant.
That boy's smart. I'm telling you, because he know them groupies coming for that money.
Man,
if I was in this position, I'd get snipped too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yo.
If I ain't had kids by that time, it'd have been a wrap. By Titanic, it'd have been a wrap. Right after Titanic came out, I'd have got snipped, niggas.
Oh man, you stupid.
So what's up, man? We let's jump into the top 3, man.
Top 3, let's do it.
Yeah, man. So usually we do the Fire Flames, but since we're doing an appreciation, we don't do Fire Flames. We do a top 3. We give everybody our top 3 favorite movies from whoever the spotlight person is. So with it being Leo, man, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first, man.
Okay.
I'm struggling with that 3rd spot. I know my 1 and 2.
Me too.
Okay. I'm gonna go for that 3rd spot. This might be a little surprising. I'm gonna go Blood Diamond, man. I'm gonna go Blood Diamond for that 3rd spot.
Okay.
I was struggling with Gangs of New York, and Blood Diamonds. I was struggling with that, but so I'm gonna go Blood Diamond at 3. I mean, it's kind of obvious. The Departed is at 2. That's my shit, man. I love
Right.
The Departed, man. But come on, man, Inception. Like,
Of course.
I mean,
Of course.
I mean, I've already said like
I
of
seen
all
it
time,
coming.
right?
I already knew what your number 1 was. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, come on, man. That's number 2 on my movie list, all time list.
Mm-hmm.
It's number 2 all time list, and
Yeah.
Inception is my number 1 Leo movie of all time.
All right. So for me, number 3 is definitely gonna be Romeo and Juliet. It's a classic story, of course, classic love story. But also, you know what I'm saying, when they put that movie together, they gave it a different little twist. They added in a little bit of like musical, you know what I'm saying, a whole bunch of different other shit in there too. So I just remember watching it as a kid and actually liking it. But it had a pretty decent cast in there. It was some people that, you know, you might see to this day in there. Number 2 is gonna, of course, be Shutter Island. I mean, I'm sorry, number 2 is gonna be Gangs of New York, and I just told you my number 1, but number 2 is Gangs of New York, of course, and then number 1, man, is gonna be Shutter Island. To me, I think that's Leo's best movie.
I mean, I'm mad at it, but you know what I mean. It's your opinion.
Come on, man.
How
Listen,
you just gonna
man,
leave?
Shutter Island was Leo's greatest movie. You talking about playing a role, bro? This nigga was playing the dude that was playing the dude. He was doing the thing that fucking Robert Downey Jr. was doing. He was doing it to excellence.
Listen, Shutter Island, you know, the first time I watched it, it didn't hit.
Right.
But when I watched it again, when we did it for the podcast, I was like, oh shit.
Nigga,
and then what made
it that shit hit for me immediately. You hear me?
See, not for me. But what made it even better was after we did the podcast, because you had opened me up to some different things. So yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, it would be in my top 5, but you know what I'm saying? Look, you ain't gonna change in that. But like, come on, man, Inception just gonna be left completely out. Like, Inception is just like,
Inception is a great movie.
Man, it's like
Inception
a masterpiece.
Is a great movie.
Man.
But for me personally, my likes, nah, man. Gangs of New York, Romeo and Juliet, Shutter Island.
Man, look, let me tell you something. I ain't even gonna shoot down Romeo and Juliet, because you know what I'm saying, William Shakespeare, that motherfucker did Othello, so I ain't mad at him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll let you rock with it though. Well, I guess I ain't got a choice, but
Yeah,
so what we doing? We do it coming soon?
Yeah, we about to do coming soon, bro.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
All right, man. So Friday, we have Peppermint.
Yeah. So this is one of the ones that you haven't seen yet. So
right.
For me, Peppermint was, because I think that Peppermint never hit box office. So it was one of those ones that snuck up on you, but it was one of those ones that was, when it hit, and it was like, oh shit. It's really good, action packed, female lead, you know, Jennifer Garner, you know, she gave you another taste of Elektra in this bad boy. You know, Method Man was in there doing this thing, but it gives you that plot of, you know, basically a cartel killed her family and she went after the cartel. You know what I'm saying? So
all right.
It's action packed. She did her thing. I think that when you watch it, I think you're gonna enjoy it. I think once you see it, I think you're gonna enjoy it. You'll be like, oh shit, this one of those sleeper ones. Because I think because it didn't hit theaters, it kind of snuck up on people and it went over people's head. But I think once you see it, I think you're gonna like it.
Okay, cool. Man, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, make sure y'all stay tuned in Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know it's gonna be Peppermint that we're gonna be talking about. We also got another edition of What We Watching. So we're gonna be getting it in, man. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you follow me at Scoots Bronson on Twitter, Scoots Bronson _TV on Instagram. Make sure to go check out my other podcast, 15 Minutes of Fame. Oh, I got it right this time. And also make sure you go follow us on IG at View9Pod, and also follow us on Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group.
Yes, sir. You can also follow me at s.foster8 on Instagram and Twitter. Same handles. 28 minutes or less pod on Instagram, 28 minutes or less on Facebook. You can find 28 minutes or less on all major platforms. The last episode I put out was Friday the 13th, part 6. I did that on Friday the 13th. So y'all can go check that out. That was just me being stupid and just going through going through Friday the 13th. That just gave me another opportunity to talk about Friday the 13th, part 6. I mean, that's all that was, man. So but I had real fun doing it, man. So go check that out.
For sure, man. And make sure y'all stay tuned in. Make sure y'all keep hitting us up, letting us know what y'all want to see, what y'all want to watch. And we'll make sure we can get to that as soon as possible. And with that being said, y'all already know how it is in Hollywood, man. They say that's a wrap.
Cut.